Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Offstage On Screen, your everything movie reviews and more. This week, we're going to be reviewing 28 years later, the third installment of the 28 Days Later franchise, the zombie movies that we all loved from 28 years ago. Let's get into the trailer now to start us off before we talk to our resident in-house movie reviewer, Robert Nelson. Coming up, here it is, the trailer to 28 years later.
Once you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
There are many kinds of death. Infected and non-infected alike.
Wow.
This is a glorious day.
What's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move.
You know, I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready. Day of judgment.
Look at what's in front of you.
Oh, so incredibly scary looking. Robert, talk to us, Bubba.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome.
It's always a pleasure being here.
Yeah. You're not a zombie, are you? You haven't been infected. Oh God. Oh God.
Okay, bad acting. That's why I'm not an actor. Yeah, so
but it looks like it's good
your
acting.
Feelings. I've seen
the
it.
movie.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I saw the first one, of course, and my 9-year-old is excited because I promised her now that her older sister is super scared of movies. Like scary.
Oh, really?
Movies. Yeah, her 13-year-old sister is scared, but the 9-year-old daughter loves this kind of stuff. So I promised her that we would watch 28 Days Later,
right,
when she comes without her sister for the weekend. So she's pretty excited about it. I wouldn't let her maybe see this one. Probably this looks like ultra.
Yeah, I can give you some points as we go along as to why or why not she should see it.
Yeah. Okay.
First
of all, let's talk about the first one. The first one was great, iconic, kind of new one, great story, right, for the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the story behind the opening shot where he's in a coma, obviously, for 28 days, and he wakes up, and all of a sudden he didn't know that the whole world had been taken over by zombies. Great premise.
Yeah.
He stumbles out of his hospital. He's in a hospital bed, and he stumbles out. He can't find anybody in the hospital. And then this iconic shot of London, which they had to shoot, I think, at 4:30 in the morning or 5 a.m. when the sun was just coming up, and he's wandering through, and there's no traffic and stuff, but it makes it look like, oh my God, yeah. London is empty. It looked like COVID.
Yeah, it's very up to date if you think about it. 20 years before the actual.
Yeah. The only other time
came.
we actually saw it that way.
And
but it set the stage for a great zombie movie because that was already, you felt fear already, like, oh, the city's empty, right?
The thing is, I guess you can call it a zombie movie. But they're really, it's a rage virus. It's a virus which turns people in and gives them rage. That's the premise of it. It came out in 2002, which is a while back now.
Yeah.
And it really kind of gave birth to the zombie genre again after a long absence, which was a welcoming thing. And also it was very famous for being shot on digital, small cameras.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which was, kind of unheard of, except
for the original. Yeah.
There were a couple of, like a Blair Witch Project, which came out a few years before, which was all sort of like, mini camcorder kind of thing. And it made
POV
millions.
And that thing was low budge and it made 20. I remember it made 20 million on its kind of opening weekend or something like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. And that sort of, kick-started the whole found footage thing with Paranormal Activity and God knows what else. It just became a thing. And I think even 28 Days Later kickstarted other sort of similar movies like I Am Legend with Will Smith, where he's alone in New York City. I actually saw the filming of that.
Did you? Well, that was a book, I Am Legend. That was a kind of a popular sci-fi series book and a character. But
But it's kind of
The
so, you know, he's
lone-
alone in
yeah.
New York, and he's walking around Times Square, and there's nothing,
love that
just, you know,
movie.
broken cars and grass, you know.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I know. I'm attracted to those kind of post-apocalyptic, where single man and
yeah.
wandering, Mad Max style, you know. And it's like that's what society would look like if we just didn't exist for, you know, a
Yeah.
year. They would all grow over. I'm way into
There
it.
was another one called The Invasion with Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman, which not many people saw. It was also
Never saw that.
related to that, where people had to be quiet and kind of pretend to survive. They had to sort of pretend they were zombies and walking around. If you kind of looked nervous or did something that they wouldn't do, they would like eat you and attack you.
Figure
So
it
that,
out. Right.
yeah. Yeah. There was another, Contagion was a movie also about,
Oh yeah, Contagion.
but that was more of a pandemic thing that people got, you know, every time they touched something and they, you know, you shook hand, it was transmitted. So it was
So
very
tell me
like,
about this movie anyway.
yeah.
How do,
Going
we
back
can
to
talk
this
about
one.
all the zombie movies.
You know, you have to stop me. You're doing that because I
Rafe
go.
Fiennes, how is he?
Ray Fiennes
He looks
has
scary.
a small role
Oh.
in this. He shows up about 2/3 in,
Right.
but he's sort of like the big name of this movie.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something. Okay, I can go from the beginning. All right, when the first 30 minutes, I really thought it was not very good. I didn't get into it. I just thought, because it's a little bit different from the previous two films. There's one called 28 Weeks Later,
Yeah.
and Days Later, and those both take place in London, in the city, where
Right.
Weeks is sort of the big, more, you know, sequel, but bigger budget, more characters, wilder than the first film, but it's still great. This one takes place on an island, which you can only get to when there's low tide, and there's kind of like a walkway in the water, and that's the only way you can get to the mainland, and then
Okay.
the high tide hides it. So they
Right.
live, you know, on this island, and the zombies can't get to it because they're on the mainland.
Right.
And it's about a father and his son that, you know, the father teaches his 12-year-old son to go to the woods and practice shooting and practice killing, and it's really gruesome. And the father's kind of if I may say so, a dick, because
Right.
he's really treating his son is really scared. You can see the fear, and he doesn't want to do this, you know,
Right.
and so on. So you feel like, you know, the father's pushing him, and it feels like this kind of like hunting movie, kind of coming of age zombie-esque weirdo thing. But after that, when the kid takes off by himself with his mother, who's ill, and he's kind of trying to find a doctor to cure his mother, and he leaves his father on the island, and they have to travel on the mainland. And he's kind of trained by his father, and he comes across these various zombie situations. That's when it kicks off, because I have to tell you something, that this 12-year-old kid, the actor, I can't remember, but he is the best child performance I've seen since Sixth Sense, like Haley Joel
Really?
Osment. I thought he was phenomenal. in
Rocco
this.
Haynes, the young Jimmy, like
No,
the little kid. No,
no, that's in the
it was like
opening
the
sequence.
Alfie Williams.
Yes, that Alfie Williams.
Spike.
I hope that name will pop up in the future in
Really?
cinema.
Okay.
He was incredible. Like, so he steals every frame, every shot,
born
and
in
he sells
Newcastle.
every emotion.
Right.
I mean, I was crying. When he was crying, I was crying. When he was feeling scared, I was feeling scared. It was just like, wow, this is incredible.
Okay.
The story might be a little thin, but it's basically, you know, trying to travel with his mother and trying to get to this doctor who's Ray Fiennes. And obviously, you know, they have to go through this hell before they find him. And he's sort of at the end of the film, more like.
Right.
One has to understand that this is a first movie of another film that's coming out in January. So it sets up the sequel.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, 28 years later, Bone Collector or something like
Oh
that.
boy, it's a whole franchise.
Yeah, so they're starting off another thing.
Right.
But it works as a standalone movie.
Okay.
I would say also that it's very gory.
Yeah,
The
looked
blood
it.
level is, you know, tearing out heads from people's sockets, and
Yeah.
the zombies are, if I remember correctly, they're naked in this movie. I mean, you see everything.
Okay. I saw that in the trailer. I was like, oh, this time the zombies are naked zombies.
Yeah.
Well, this is Danny Boyle now, the director, and he's famous for like Train Spotting.
Yeah.
and he's Scottish, and he's gonna go for it. Slumdog
Yeah.
Millionaire. He's kind of has that fast pace about him.
Yeah.
A lot of music, a lot of jagged edges, I guess, to the cuts. You could say, sort of move, move,
he's
move. Right.
Yeah,
It's
he
kind of his
rarely
style.
makes a bad movie. His movies stick with you.
Yeah.
So he
But
did
he
the
went
first one
for
and
it,
this one, but I think
splashing the
second one
blood
was
around.
right. Yeah, in your face, and yeah.
Well,
And
I
as
mean, did
said,
that work, or did you feel like gross? I think it's gross sometimes. It doesn't it's gratuitous to me sometimes, and I go, it's not necessary. I can get into the violence and the gore, but
I,
just splashing blood around, just have fun with it.
yeah, exactly. I feel it's overly done and repetitive in some cases.
Right.
When you've seen one scene of a head being pulled off, but you see it like 3 or 4 times later on
Right.
again, it's kind of like, well, yeah, that's disgusting. I've seen
Gratuitous.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Gratuitous
yeah.
violence.
And yeah, as I said, you were speaking about your daughter seeing it. I mean, the whole nudity thing. I'm not saying it's
Oh, she's not going to see this one. That's what I said. I'm not saying 28 years later, she's not going to watch. 28
right.
days later,
Yeah,
I promised she could watch, which I recall has it's pretty intense, but it's not
yeah.
naked zombies pulling each other's heads off.
No. It's a little bit
Spitting.
more subdued, but still scary enough. I think the zombies are very scary. It's a very smaller budgety movie, and it
Yeah.
works really well.
Well, in 23 years ago, or whenever that first one came out, it wasn't 2002 it came out. So, less was more. We weren't used to ultra violence in movies like we are now.
Yeah.
So there wasn't this thing of topping. That was already the top. Like nobody ever seen anything quite that violent
Right.
already. So it seemed, but by today's standards, quite tame, obviously.
Yeah. You have to kind of keep up with the times.
So do you like these kind of movies yourself?
I'm not a zombie fan. I don't.
What compelled you to want to go see this one?
Well, I mean, here we go again. It's like, yeah, I did see the first one. So yes, I did have to see the second one. So of course, after so many years, the first and second one were done like 4 years apart, and it's been many years since then.
Yeah,
So
then 20 years
I kind of
now.
like, oh man, all right, I remember this. I think, yeah, I'd like to see this one. So it's kind of that.
I'm surprised that they didn't wait the additional 5 years
right, to make it
to make the
28.
28 years later, because I'm like, 28 years later. I
Yeah,
thought,
it's
that's
20
cool, because it's been 28 years, and then I realized, no, it's only been 23 years.
It's 23 years. Yeah,
So
exactly.
they should have waited 5 years, or they should have called it 23 years later.
Yeah, something like this. 28 years in the movie time, but not in real time.
Yeah, right. So
Um,
5 years from now, this could go down. That's what the movie's trying to say.
yeah.
We could all
You
be
can
living
wait
on an
5
island.
years. Maybe your daughter's ready to watch some weirdo stuff on screen.
In 5 years, the movies will be so graphic. It'll be like holographic, actual
Yeah.
violence in your living room.
Um,
Okay, so how many thumbs up?
well, I mean, I do have one like additional gripe with this film,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's a technical thing. I know we don't have to talk about it much, but it is a movie that's shot in extreme wide scope.
Right. I
so
saw some image, yeah. Maybe I
yeah,
can
it's
pull it up.
shot in 278:1, which is extremely wide, like
Yeah.
more than Panavision wide, like super wide. And I don't think this film lends to it. I read about it that Danny Boyle chose it to do it because you don't know where to look on the screen, and you really have to move your head to kind of catch everything.
Oh,
And I think
right.
it works with epic movies where you have a lot of landscapes, and it does function for those scenes. But this movie is a zombie movie, chase movie, where you see a
Right.
lot of close-ups, and the sides there's no information. And there's a lot of
Right,
shaky cam, when they're running.
Yeah.
And so that wideness becomes irritating. That's my gripe with it. But it was shot on iPhones as well.
Oh, okay.
Not handheld iPhones, like major, super cool iPhones.
Cool iPhones.
During my viewing of it, I thought, when the first 30 minutes were over, I think this is a 2-star movie. It got going, it got into it. I thought, all right, so here we go. That's 3 stars, because I like this now. But the acting of the boy pushed it to 4 stars.
Alfie,
he's incredible.
Don't forget the name.
I just see it because of him.
Really? Okay. Wow, that's cool.
So
It's
I
rare.
give it 4 stars.
You're giving it 4 stars.
Yeah, I am giving it 4 stars. I
4
really,
stars
really liked it.
out of 28, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty low. So yeah, there you go. That's
Seems
my
like a bad
review.
rating. I just had an image of, and I was because I'm on the internets,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had an image. It's bugging me, but I can't find it now. Where they had a picture of a kind of an interesting rig with an actor standing, and there was a ring of cameras all around him, and it looked like, and I just don't. And I don't know where, and it must be how they got the wide shot, which I'd be curious to show that to audiences.
Yeah, they have kind of a weird way. Every time a zombie's killed, it kind of, when it's hit by the bullet or whatever they're killing it with, it kind of pauses for 2 frames. And there are stuff where you can, where the shot kind of goes a little bit round, kind of like a slight Matrixy thing, but not as cool as Matrix.
Right. Oh, that must be the image I just saw.
Yeah, so they tested. I think it's the first movie that's shot in this way, like a feature film shot only on iPhones,
Right.
which is kind of mind-boggling, that you can actually do that today. But yeah, technicalities.
4K. I mean, yeah, it's crazy, right? Let me just see if I can pull this image up. Images. Here we go. No, it's not going to be generous today. Oh, I see something about the iPhone.
I think I saw that image with a rig. They're holding it around somebody or something.
Yeah, like one of the zombies running, and then
and they have like 25 iPhones on the rig
around
them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how they, I'm not educated enough to know how exactly that works, but it,
Well, not in modern, but you do have a film degree, so you should know something, right? All right. Well, fair enough. I don't know if I would see this movie myself. I might get into it if I watched the first 2, and then I thought, yeah, maybe one more. I kind of like the genre, but I'm a little scared of Danny Boyle myself, just because he just takes it a little. He scored big points with Trainspotting with the filthy toilet scene, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't pull any punches there, and it was like the worst toilet in Scotland. Which, we all love that shot. And then some of the stuff when he was doing the heroin and everything, it was just, he really tapped into a lot of the hallucinations. And
right.
So I just imagine then transfer that to something that I'm already sensitive about. Like I can watch somebody go through a drug-induced, hallucination. That's all right. But zombies spitting black blood and pulling each other's heads off, and then having Danny Boyle be in charge of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's in your face. It's it depends. If you don't like that kind of stuff, I get it. Like, you have to rate movies for what they're supposed to be. I might not like zombie movies, but I still have to give it, the fair rating of what is it trying to convey? What is it trying to do? And that's what I'm trying to. It really grew. So, I mean, if you don't like the first 30 minutes, stick with it.
Okay.
Is my tip.
Good advice. All right. Very well done. Thank you, Robert. That has been Offstage on Screen 28 years later. Technically, not officially. Go see it. 4 stars. And we'll see you next time on Offstage on Screen. Rawr.